Hello, YouTube. It's me, Plazookas. I don't know when you're going to come into this video, but there has been a lot that's progressed in the Withering Waves community over the past week or since launch. I think a part of that now involves myself, Plazookas. And I'm pretty confident that the take that I'm going to have after watching about 17 minutes of this and pretty much decided that I'm going to make something from it, um, is most likely different than your mainstream content creators. And you could say this is outside looking in, but I am going to walk the line here because I can't legally and I can't conscientiously say anything that Gacha Smack is about to say is wrong, obviously, because it is his perspective, his story. But I can make inferences, and I will. And I think that's important to make. Every story has two sides. And I can't speak to the other person's side, even though there are some testimonials here from the other individual, which in this case is an editor. Unless he's willing to post another YouTube video or make some other kind of rebuttal. And I welcome to on my channel. I'll have an interview with him. Just to be very clear. Then I have to take a lot of what Gacha said as word, because there's a lot of things you cannot do in this field, in the world. Like, even though I live in America and I have a constitutional right to freedom of speech, there is some limits, right? And then there's some legality issues involved in that. So I'll try to walk the line. And I'll do that to the extent that I can, obviously knowing that I do have freedom of speech and that I will defend that ultimately. And I won't try to be overly, yeah. So here we go. Let's watch the video. This is a long ass video, so I don't know how long this response is going to be, but I think I'm in here all for it. I will not part this up because I don't think that's fair to this specific conversation, so I'll have to go all in on this. I think I'm going to do 2.5 speed or 1.5 speed, even though the gravity of the situation is very, very serious. I'm going to see how it sounds, and then maybe I'll switch over to the other speed. We're going to give this a go and see if we can do it on this speed.
A editor that I was actually very excited to work with. Unfortunately, a red flag went off when he sent me a message. And once I realized that this guy thought I was supposed to be responsible for his financial security, I said, I don't know if I want to work with this guy. No, I'm good. And I took my...
Okay. We're going to get into this further of the 17 minutes that I watched it. But I think the success of content creators kind of is a little bit fantastical. You see the front face in business of a content creator like Tectone, like Gacha Smack, and you think, well, they produce themselves and their content, what they do every day, that's what makes them successful. And although that is true, their ability to talk, their ability to navigate certain things, content, video games, chat, all these things are a professional skill, and they do deserve the success that they get. There is another aspect to this game called content creation, and a lot of them utilize it, even those that don't mention it. Editors deserve a living wage. And in the specific instance of this case, he was trying to hire a long-form editor. Long-form editors for the first week of Withering Waves would have to go through 7 to 12-hour content. That's a lot of damn fucking content. That takes longer than 7 to 12 hours to fucking go through. Or 17 hours, whatever it is, okay? Let me be very clear. Editors, having edited my videos myself in the past, a 20-minute fucking video takes almost 2 hours to edit properly. And I'm not even a good editor. Like, I could probably slice that down with some shortcuts and stuff like that. I get that. But to go through 7 to 12 hours of content, fine-tooth comb it, to find the best fucking shit out there is extremely fucking difficult to do. Plain and simple. And they deserve a fucking good wage because of it, if you're not doing it yourself.
rights as a human being to say, hey man, sorry, I wasn't aware that you thought I was supposed to be a part, like responsible for your financial security. I'm going to wish you well. You're very talented. You have plenty of talent to go get employed by many other editors. Please provide a pay method for me so I can pay you and send you on your way.
Fair. Okay, that's fair. I mean, it's fair that, I mean, the acknowledgement that he's a very talented editor is a red flag, in my opinion, towards Gacha Smack. But at the same time, he goes through it more.
And then, business as concluded.
Yeah. That's
now,
true.
What was wild about this whole experience?
And I think that is important. And I will say that. Like, a business is a business. And if you are in a business arrangement and all things are completed, then yeah, that's it. There shouldn't be any more. Now, NDAs and all this other fucking bullshit that happens in business, I don't get down with that. I don't get down with being sexually harassed, taking an NDA, and then taking a paycheck and then have to talk about it later. I don't get down with that shit, okay? Because behavior is fucking behavior, period. Even if it's both on both sides, okay? That's not just business. That's personal. That's different, okay?
Experience is the guy kept trying to beg me to be my editor. And
oof, let's go. Go ahead, gotcha.
It was kind of clear that he was also a fanboy of the channel, which was...
Okay. Gotcha. Now you get to the real point. How many editors, how many modders are these content creators fanboys or girls or theys or thems? Okay? This is this whole fucking influence. The responsibility that you have as a very prominent member of social media, of entertainment. You can't weed out the crazies, clearly. I'm not suggesting that you can. So you have to just go with the flow. You send out your resumes, send out all the stuff. You send out they're looking for work, and then you take in everybody and you try to do the best you can. You're going to find people that are in there like that. The fact that you acknowledge that from the very beginning, Gacha Smack, is a red flag. 2 red flags already within the first fucking 1 minute and 8 seconds. So therefore, everything you say from this forward, I'm going to have issues with. Those are 2 red flags in my opinion.
Fine, that's not an issue at all. But if I say...
It's a fucking huge issue.
I do not choose to work with you any further after you have conveyed some weird, unprofessional shit to me. I have that right to...
What the fuck do you expect? Unless you were trying to get something cheap or something advantage for you. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Gacha Smack. Seriously. If somebody's fanboying over you, if you have a fucking roadie from someone in a band and they want to go backstage, what the fuck do you think the chances are that they want to do something with somebody? Or fucking be around them and be weird and fucking creepy and shit? Pretty high. It's pretty high. Okay? It's pretty fucking high. And I know that's not what you're alluding to here. You allude to this a business arrangement, although you kind of say that there could be some other things going on here, personal. I don't fucking know. Whether you're doing that, and listen, this is where the caveat comes. Whether you, and I have to take everything he says for a word, and I am. I'm just reacting to it. You know? Whether you say that just to make your point even more valid, like he's being really creepy, that's the reason why also, not just because, you know, he was super talented, you know, or whatever else, or because he was this conflicted, like, oh, because he was super weird is the reason really why I ended my relationship with him, my business relationship with him.
Say that. Now, this guy continues pestering me, trying to get me to work for him, trying to get himself to work for me.
Okay. Which should have been an absolute red flag. You should have said, moving on.
And I end up saying, no, I'm okay. What happens here is the guy spirals. He spirals out of control, and he ends up going on Reddit and making this victim post, trying to paint me out to be a villain. And then, to make matters worse, he even proceeds to lie and spin the narrative and twist the truth. So like
I said at the beginning, every story has 2 sides. I don't know what to believe, you know, but there is gonna be some receipts had here. I'm gonna let those speak for themselves, and try to be a little bit more neutral now.
We're going to be going over this entire shindig. He even posted on Tecton's Reddit. I guess he was expecting Tecton to take his side on this. We're going to go over this entire fucking thing. I'm going to break it down word for word. We're going to tell the truth, even if the truth doesn't serve me in any capacity. Then I'm going to go on Discord.
Which is what everybody says in every apology video ever.
show the full fucking DMs, and then I'm gonna go in the emails, show the emails, just so you guys can see the whole entire truth of the actual situation. What is the goal of this video? Well, I literally have to defend myself because according to him, I'm putting him through what's akin to slavery, apparently. And then
I mean, that's a pretty bold accusation. And I think at that rate, you do have to defend yourself. How you defend yourself, I mean, there is a legal way. There is a legal way to go for people who defame you. And Gacha, I hate to do this. I really hate to do this. You should know that. You're a businessman. You know that this is not the most efficient way to do this. This is an agenda-driven video. A public-facing video. Because ultimately, yes, you would have had to say, well, I'm in a legal situation, or we're dealing with it legally. At the end of the day, you would have been vindicated because of all your receipts and all your things, right? That's the summation. So you saying that this was the only thing to defend yourself, that's not true. There's a legal way to defend yourself. You're choosing to do this. You might be choosing to do that as well, but you're choosing to do this. It's not the only way. There's many ways. I mean, all legally, of course. Nothing else, clearly.
I forced him into a full-time job to which he had the right to say no to. It's wild, but let's go ahead.
Yeah, he did. As you had a right to look at the signs and say, I'm good.
Get into it. Thankfully, I've had some community members already send me some things that he tried to do. We pulled up the full-blown post that he put on Reddit and on Tecton's Reddit. We're going to go over all of this shit. I'm going to let him tell his side of the story, and then I'm going to show the actual story, okay? He did, just so we're clear here, this is, I think this is Tecton's Reddit. Guys, full disclosure, I'm not a Reddit expert at all. If there's anybody who talks shit about me on Reddit, I'm unaware of it because I don't know how to navigate Reddit. And to be honest, I don't take Reddit serious at all. The only time you catch me on Reddit is when I'm looking for that random piece of information on the internet where I'm just like, okay, Reddit probably has that information. And that's the only time I get on Reddit. So I really don't know how these things work, but I think this is Tecton's Reddit. He posted on the Gacha Gaming Reddit thread as well. It's already been removed, but he titled it in all caps, "This Gacha streamer made me lose my job."
So it's been removed because a lot of these do violate their Reddit policies. Reddit is one of the most monitored places on the internet, and they take down a lot of posts, even those that may be truthful to some extent, or their side of the story. Like, it doesn't matter; they'll take down posts regardless. But probably there's enough evidence for it to be, kind of accusatory, defamatory, and it was like, yeah, take it down.
Now, what's wild about this title is it already puts me in a predicament to where, like, I got him fired from, like, another job or something, or, like, I made him lose his salary job.
Well, I mean, making this video Gacha Smack, yeah, you probably are. If people know who this person is now. Yeah, because your notoriety, your public-facing image can do that to people, for sure. Especially when you talk about how weird he was in the beginning.
Like, I got on the internet and I was like, oh, I'm going to get him fired. And I shit you not, bro. Bro lost the job himself because he never acquired it due to him being extremely unprofessional.
That's interesting. So let's mark that. Bro never got his job because he was completely unprofessional. Okay? So he never actually got his job.
But let's let him tell his side of the story. This is what he says. We'll start on line 1. I recently began working for a streamer, and things were very good at the beginning. Yes, they were. He put me on a 7-day trial. This is true. And things were going great. The videos I made were getting many views and everything was good. I like how he says, let's take a quick, I like how he says the videos he made were getting many views as if he is the reason that the videos were getting the views and I'm not the reason.
Wow. Okay, Gacha Smack. Look at me, Plazookas. I make unedited videos. Go to my comment section and see how many fucking people tell me how to edit, that they want editors. They want me to edit my videos. The arrogance, the absolute disillusioned, principled argument that edits do not fucking make videos successful. Don't be so fucking self-centered to think that in this business of content creation, of social media posting, of whatever other fucking trailers that are broken down by movies, that editors are not important. They are extremely important to the entertainment industry, period. And they deserve a living wage, period.
Hey guys, full disclosure, I'm about to leak my fucking my dashboard over here, okay?
I don't want you to leak anything. Don't leak it, but he's gonna leak it anyway. We're gonna listen and react to it because he leaked it.
Let's go ahead and head over here. I told you, I give no fucks. YouTube, I will show every...
Sounds like Tectone. Just saying.
everything you guys want to see. Okay, my estimated revenue is $5,430 in the last 28 days, okay? 82,807 subscribers is what I am currently at. I've acquired 7,000 in the last 28 days.
I mean, it's pretty good. I wonder if we can make that number and crunch it into Withering Waves, how many people that subscribed to you. But we're not doing this saga anymore. I'm done with that saga that I was talking about previously, so I'm not going to make that reference anymore. I
shit you not. In chat, you correct me if I am wrong. In fact, YouTube, you correct me if I am wrong. I got to 82,807 subs from talking to the fucking camera because I'm charismatic, because I'm good at having controversial takes, because I know how to theory craft, I'm entertaining, I'm hilarious, and sometimes I'm annoying and I'm an asshole. You put all that together and you come out with an entertaining motherfucker.
That's true. I don't deny that. I mean, I've watched a little bit of your stuff previously covering other games with Vulcan, and I think you are that. All the above. Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. However, that still does not mean that editors do not actually help or contribute to a lot of your success as a content creator. Period.
I didn't get to 82,000 subs because of good fucking fancy edits. I got there.
No, you didn't. But you want an editor. And I think you go into why.
Because of me. So when we come back to this shit right here, bro says the videos I made were getting many views and everything was good.
From his perspective, why he worked on that? You hired an editor to do a fucking job. He could see the views that job resulted in. Why are you taking that away from him? That is an actual fact. To him, he worked on that material. And that material had visible results. That is a win for that editor. He's not responding to all the other fucking videos that he didn't edit. He's responding to the ones he did edit. That is a fair take, in my opinion.
I find that hilarious because that kind of implies that the reason I was getting the views was because of his editing.
I mean, it might have been. It's possible. Don't be so dismissive. Gacha Smack.
Which is wild. The editor did all that for sure. Yeah. To be completely fair, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This editor was really good.
Okay.
But
you said that twice already.
It turns out the motherfucker wasn't even editing the videos. It turns out bro was outsourcing the fucking editing.
I have no idea how this all works. Like, I don't know what is or is not truthful here. What is validatable. I'm looking for a short form video editor. I need 7 videos to be edited. Nothing too complex. Okay, but he's looking for a long form editor, not a short term editor, right? Looking for a video editor and graphic designer. He's just showing. Are you just showing this to show that this is where people look for stuff? Because I don't see. Is this the name? Is Visual Lettuce his name? And these are all of his posts. I don't know what to look. I don't know. Hopefully he breaks that down.
Looking for a video editor.
I mean, I get that. Is this the guy that's supposed to be the individual that was his editor? Looking for video editor and graphic designer.
Editor. Need shorts, video editor. Looking for video editor and graphic designer. It turns out his own post that he used to try and sabotage me enabled people to go and look at his history and find out that little bro was out here employing smaller editors or smaller people to make the edits.
Wait a minute. 7 days from when? Because if you hired him, how long ago was this? Like, I don't have any context for when this was. Withering Waves, I'm sure he hired him for Withering Waves, although there is no actual... maybe that's explained further.
So, I mean, this was wild. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know this. Somebody in my community was kind enough to say, hey, Smack, we found out this guy was making other editors do the work.
Interesting. You don't have this information firsthand, you have it secondhand. From one of your fanboy people that are following you or that subscribe to you. How do you know this is not photoshopped in any way? How do you know this is not doctored in any way? And that this evidence is actually legitimate? I'm just saying, I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. But you yourself admit that you got this secondhand. And if we're looking at it legality-wise, that is not a good enough way to discern a factual statement. Now, I know, going back to my other videos, I'm very opinionated. I make a lot of things, and I say a lot of things. But in this particular case, I know I'm right.
So, bro, honestly, to his defense, Bright, I agree. He was working smarter, not harder. But this is going to come into play later down the line when you come to find out that he's making it seem like he's like doing hardcore labor for
I've already spoken to this.
me. That he's not able to fucking sleep at night. That
If you have to do long form edits of 7 to 12-hour content creator videos, and you're looking for the best fucking shit to make the video, to make it attractive and concise and professional, like you want to grow your subscribers, just like Gacha Smack said. Yeah, they're gonna be working full time. 7 to 12 hours is doubled, tripled sometimes, and he's doing it every day. Gacha Smack was streaming Withering Waves every day for extended periods of time, like all these other content creators were. Gacha Smack took a week off from his work, his actual job to play Withering Waves. That allowed him all the time to make content, which apparently he was not editing, and he got somebody else to do. I'm assuming that this is all based on Withering Waves, although it may be some other game, and I could be completely wrong here. Hopefully that's explained.
he's trying to provide for his family, bro. That the narrative he's spinning is such a victim mentality narrative. It's insane. But let's continue on here. But one day, after the trial, when we sat to discuss the pay on call, he proposed me a certain amount. He said he is ready to pay me 10% of whatever he earns from YouTube ad revenue. This is 100% true.
Okay. So, first of all, 7 days, he didn't get paid at all. He did all the content. You saw the product, and you were like, this is very good. Let's go with it. And now when it comes to actually proposing payment, you offer him 10%, and he said yes. Okay. That's all very clear and concise.
True. We go back to this number. I said he will always get 10% of this number. That is what I said. And what I said further is to this came out of his own mouth, by the way. He wants to grow with me. That's what he said. And I'm not kidding.
10% of 5,400 for 28 days. Trust me. If any lawyer's looking at this for future depositions, because I'm being called to the witness stand for defamatory remarks, I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. So I don't know. I know what I'm talking about with editing. Okay, a long form editor, 7 to 12 hours. I know how long it takes to edit a fucking production when it has to get cut down to a 20-minute video from 12-hour content. That's a fucking long ass time, and you have to go through every fucking minute of that fucking video. Why Gacha Smack and all these other big streamers don't want to fucking do the tedious work like that. 10% of this is $540, right? That's $540 a month. Is that not right? Am I wrong by saying that? $504 $3? Is that I'm trying to get a calculator here. Fucking hold on. Calculator. But I'm just taking his math here. This is for a month. This is how it lasts 28 days. So this is 28 days. This is how the billing cycle works. Who knows? I'm not a content creator. I don't get paid on YouTube. Divided by times 10%. Is that how you do it? God, I'm looking like an ass if that isn't how you do it. Fuck, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, $543.86. Essentially. If you work for a month, that's how much you'd be making. That's how much you'd be making.
This guy, he's the one who contacted me. He's the one who solicited me for the.
Oh, it's a good caveat. He's the one who contacted you. He's the one who solicited you. But you already said he's a fanboy. He was begging you. I mean, come on.
The work. He said, I want to grow with you. It's not about the money. He said this shit 35 times.
Okay. Red fucking flag, friend. That's like an intern. How many times during the fucking Me Too movement did we have people that were taken advantage of? We found out interns, people that were trying to get jobs, were fucking leveraged for their interest in these positions, and they got taken advantage of. Gacha Smack, you're in a position of responsibility. You make $5,400 fucking dollars based on your own exposing of ad revenue. That's not included subscriptions. That are not included what you do for your regular job. And to be honest, once you calculate that, that's a month. You'll be back to work, and it's all this fucking shit. Okay?
I'm not even making that up. You'll probably see it in the Discord, in the DMs, and in the email. So I literally said, you'll get 10% of my pay. And look, I said, honestly, after the first month, after the first 2 months, if I already start to see the value, you're probably going to start getting paid more. And then
What the fuck does that mean? What are these fucking loosey goosey editor fucking contracts that people have? If you're in a business arrangement with somebody, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you can give people bonuses, obviously. But if you settle on something initially, you're just going to change that? And so that means if he's not doing well, you're going to reduce it? What the fuck kind of fucking shit is that? This is what I'm speaking to. I was in Mr. Pokey's stream the other day, and I made a video about this, a real quick one. It was about Wither and Waves developers need to take a break. And I'd mentioned he was just like, editors, look at this and do the, he was speaking to like fucking multiple editors. I'm like, are you paying all these editors? Or are they in a competition? What are we doing here? What the fuck kind of work is this? Huh? Do we need to fucking have a union for editors that you have to pay a premium to? God knows. God forbid content creators have to edit their own videos. God fucking forbid that apparently the Gacha Smack, that doesn't take that much time, even though looking for an editor, I don't know.
And once I start making 20 grand a month, I'm going to increase the percentage and you're going to get paid even more. Now, here's the kicker. This guy lives in India, third world country where the U.S.
Oh my fucking God. Who the fuck cares where he lives? You live in America. You are afforded the rights and the opportunities of America. Why are you going to use his position as a third world country, as you say it, not as I do, as a way to demean his overall potential, his worth? You wouldn't want that happening to you, Gacha Smack. I can already tell by the way you convey yourself. Why would you want that for anybody else in your life?
US dollar is way bigger in India. A $1 in India is like 85 rupees. We will get that fact. We'll come back to that.
I don't know what that fact is. I don't know what the conversion rate is.
Fact. But I was explaining to him in chat, when I say I'm about to show y'all every fucking thing, this is where the dumb son of a bitch messed up. He underestimated my ability
Holy fuck. Okay. We're going there. Okay.
to show everything. I'm going to show everything. I explained to him on the call. I said, hey, brother.
The fact that you're not taking legal action and then in essence showing everything, a little bit sus. I'm not going to lie.
I said, I'm only going to pay you $500, but check this out. I understand you live in India. The conversion rate is pretty damn substantial. So this should be pretty damn good money for you. Plus, you're 21 years old. I surmise you're going to be okay.
Doesn't matter how old he is. I mean, obviously it does. Okay. In the term of business. Okay. But if he's that good of an editor, his wealth, his potential, his prospects are not age restricted. They're not limited by his age. That is a very progressive take. That's a very socialist take if that's the case. Are we going to limit Mark Zuckerberg to, $5 when he fucking co-founded Facebook? He made billions of dollars at an early age. Come on.
Okay with this. I said, however, if you're worried about growth, because you said you want to grow with me, I came over to my analytics and I told him straight up. I said, here is my analytics. Here was in the last, let's come over here. So I want y'all to take, in fact, let me move my fat head ass out the way. I want y'all to take a look at this. We're going to zoom in. You guys are seeing the growth of me yourself. Last June, $600 and then $1,100, right? I want y'all to look at every single fucking month since June. Mm-hmm. June, July, right? Mm-hmm. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. I want you to look at the trend.
All growth,
I want you to look at the trend. And you tell me, does it look like bro would have ended up making more money if he would have stuck with me?
I don't get this. What the fuck is this sliding scale? Well, I mean, okay, based on revenue, right? He'd make more money. That's what you meant by that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I get that. Okay. So when you previously said, I would give you more money, you weren't implying that you're going to give him more than 10%. It was just going to be that he would get more because you would rise in interest and your revenue would increase. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt as that's what you're inferring. Okay.
I want you to just think about that. So this dumb son of a bitch could have been making more money with me as time continues to progress. But he ended up getting greedy and said, let's negotiate a higher pay, even though I haven't worked for you longer than 7 days.
Okay, let's break this down. All right. There are multiple elements here, right? First of all, you just admitted that you have a 7-day trial. I don't know if that's normal for all of your new potential editors, if that's a normal business standard tactic that all these content creators employ to get people to work for 7 days. Technically, you can do that infinitely. You could get some people to work 7 days, and then they just say no thanks, and you get somebody 7 days, and then you'd have all this free labor for a whole month, making $5,000. Pretty good deal. I'm not saying that's what happens. I'm just saying that's possible if this whole 7-day fucking free trial thing exists. And you already admitted that you'd pay him for what he did for work already. So there's that as well. But I mean, 7 days apparently is enough for you to discern what a person's worth. And you already said that you're growing, that you want to make a certain amount of money. So greed is a part of all the equation. Why wouldn't he want what he is earned, what he is deserved, or what he feels like he needs? And I don't know what that is. Maybe I'll get. Soon I won't be able to know what exactly is going to be said because 7 minutes from now I haven't watched any of this.
This is absolutely fucking insane to me that he did this. But I'm going to show those receipts. Don't take it from my mouth. Let's finish this guy's story, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
He said he's ready to pay me 10% of whatever he earns from YouTube ad revenue. Initially, I said yes and asked a little time to think about it. Oopsie. Here's the first lie. He did not ask for a little bit of time to think about it. He said yes, period.
Well, here's what I don't know, and maybe chat can help me. Isn't there like, unless you're signing a contract from a large corporation, if you buy a car, you can take it back within a certain amount of time if you have some hesitation, or if you think of something like that, you might think, like, oh yeah, I said yes, but we haven't really signed anything. It was just like a spoken word kind of thing. It wasn't actually like solidified yet. People have grace periods. People can say something, and then seconds later, be like, oh, I don't know. So fair, you can say that he didn't say that, and he probably didn't say that, because I'm going to take your word for it. But at the same time, can you at least give some people credit that, I mean, not everybody may be as confident as you the first time around when you say, this is the number I'm stuck on, and that he may think that he could potentially get more value for his work. I mean, obviously, it's not ideal. You don't want employees that continue to do that. So I get that that wouldn't work for you as an employer, and you'd want to probably part ways from them if you can. So in that essence, fair. But at the same time, like, come on.
We were on the phone. I said, hey, brother, I'll pay you 10%. I'll start screenshotting every single month of the money I make so that you can know.
On the phone? This is the contracts that we make, huh? On the phone. Oh, willy-nilly on the phone, On the phone. For an employee, where's the fucking W-2s? Like a W fucking, where are all these things? They don't need them for hiring people in India? Is there like some fucking thing that I'm missing here? If you hire somebody from overseas, do you not have to pay like the taxes? Do you not have to like file the paperwork? What is this willy-nilly shit? Is it because it's private contracting, technically? What is it called for content creation? It's something work. I forget exactly what it is. It's some kind of work that's different than the rest of the work.
No, that's the money I made for the month, and I'll give you that 10%. I said, this is what I've made in the past year. I've been growing every single month. It might not seem like a lot of money now, but you're going to constantly grow. And then I said, is this okay with you? He said, yes, it's completely fine. This works. This works for me. Now he did like kind of like stumble over his words a little bit, to be fair.
Okay, to be fair. Thank you. Gacha Smack. To be fair.
Again, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I have no reason to lie. We're on the phone, and I brought this up. Things get a little awkward when you discuss money. He did.
Yeah, thank you for actually saying that, because that is true. They do.
Fumble over his words a little bit when I said I'll pay 10%. Does that sound good to you? Right? I was very direct with it. I didn't fuck around. And he was like, yes, that's fine. So then we hung up the phone. I went and immediately went to go talk to my girl. I said, Bubs, I finally have a long form editor. I said, he's really good. He brings out the humor in my videos. I'm excited about this. This is great. I said, we're going to see how it goes. And then I talked to her and I said, now on the downside is I'm paying my other editor, Sigmir, who's a great fucking guy, by the way. I'm paying him $500. And then I said, I'm paying Paravesh $500. This is new to me.
Okay. Let me go back here. Did he mention the long form editor? I think he did, right?
I said, now on the downside is I'm paying. Went to go talk to my girl. I said, Bubs, I finally have a long form editor.
Long form editor. Long form editor. A long form editor is somebody that goes through long form content. Let me just make sure I'm right. Fuck me. I better make sure. Hold on 1 second. Let me look on the description. Long form editor description. I'm sure there's a. What is a long form oh, that's not long form example can be a magazine article, a blog post, a piece of investigating, white paper. What is considered long form content? Long form covers a topic in greater detail and is typically over 1,000 words. I do believe, and I would be willing to be corrected. Long form editor suggests that you're going to go over, you're going to scrub, you know, X amount. There's a certain amount, more than an hour, more than 2 hours, whatever that is, and then it's like between, whatever. There's probably no bigger than a long-term editor, so they do all the way from under or over 2 to everything else up above, right? I think that's what it is. It's a very difficult job, and it takes absolute skill to really find the sauce within a video to make it really good.
I said he's really good. He brings out the humor in my videos.
This is what I'm talking about. He'll find the places. In order to do that, you have to scrub through all of it. And knowing an editor, knowing who you are, and this is why I think Gacha Smack and why other content creators want to go with fanboys, because they kind of think that they can identify who they are as a person. Kind of sketchy, right? It's kind of fucking weird relationship. Let's be fucking very clear. Okay? Nobody should think that way. And you shouldn't hire like that. You know what? I'm going to make this multi-part. I'm going to make this multi-part. This is a way too long of a video. And I think I already have enough to protect myself legally. Because I do believe, I was warned by Tectone that if I go after Gacha Smack, that I'm going to get roasted. But I'm willing to take it, if that's the case. Because nothing I've said here, I feel like, even though there is always, anybody could sue anybody. I could get sued if that's something that anybody wants to do. So that's a clear distinction. But I've done enough. And just on the basic premise that out of everything I've seen so far, and the conversations that he's having, and I'm gonna do multiple parts to this, because the conversations that he's having right now indicates that he probably should have just sought legal recourse and done something like that instead of doing a video like this. So if he's willing to do a video like this for monetization purposes, for views, then you know what? Fair game, Gacha Smack. This is part 1 of a multi-part series of the Gacha Smack video. Stay tuned for another. My name is Plazookas. If you like this content, like, subscribe. We'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.